Hi dear Odoers! Today we'll learn how to supervise the flow of products inside the warehouse. We'll use push and pull rules to define the routes products will follow. Here is our warehouse plan at Stealthy Wood. Trucks bring products from our vendors and unload pallets at our receiving docks. Our operators scan the products in the receiving area. Some of these products are sent to a quality control area, while others are stored in their respective locations directly. Then we have the order fulfillment route. In the morning, we pick items for all the orders we'll prepare during the day. We pick these items from their storage locations and move them to the picking area, which is close to where we pack the orders. Then we prepare orders by packing each one in their respective boxes. A conveyor brings these boxes close to the shipping docks, ready to be delivered to our customers. With pull rules, a demand for some products trigger procurements, while push rules are triggered by products arriving in a specific location. So let's look at how we use pull rules to fulfill a customer's order. To fulfill the sales order, Odoou generates a need at the customer location for each product in the order. Pull rules are triggered by a need. As there is a need to fulfill, Odoou searches for a pull rule defined on the customer location. It finds the delivery order pull rule that transfers products from the shipping area to the customer location. Then Odoou looks for another pull rule to fulfill the shipping area's needs, and it finds the packing rule that transfers products from the packing area to the shipping area. As we continue the process, to fulfill the packing area's needs, the picking rule proposes to transfer products from our stock to the picking area. All of these documents are pre-generated and wait to be processed in the future by our operators. Later on, the operator will process these transfers in the opposite order. First the picking, then the packing, then the delivery order. A set of rules like this is called a route. In this case, the pick, pack, ship route. The grouping on the rule will define how products will be grouped in the same transfer or not. In this case, the picking operation will group all orders in one transfer, whereas the packing operation respects the grouping per customer order. If your picking rule is set to propagate the need, it can trigger other pull rules. That's what the route replenish on order does. In such a case, Odoou generates a purchase or manufacturing order to fulfill the need in the storage location, depending on the route that's checked on the product form. Push rules are much easier to understand. Instead of pre-generating documents in advance based on needs, they are triggered live when products arrive in a specific location. Push rules say when a product arrives at a specific location, move them to another location. An example is when I receive products in the receipt area, then move them to the storage location. As different rules can be applied to different products, you can assign different storage locations to different products. Another rule could be when I receive some products, they move to a quality control area. Then once the quality check is complete, they move to their storage location. Push rules can only be triggered if no pull rules were pre-generated before the upstream transfers. So let's have a look at both of these strategies together and see which one best suits Stealthy Wood. All right, here I am on my database. Now to use push and pull routes, I'm going to need to activate the multi-step routes option, which I can do from my inventory application, configuration, settings. And from the settings page, I'm going to scroll down to the very bottom where I will see this multi-step routes option underneath the warehouse section. So as you can see, I've actually already activated this, so go ahead and do that now if you need to. All right, and then from here, we can actually click on the Set Warehouse Routes button, or I can go to Configuration, Warehouses. All right, so if I take advantage of the multi-warehouse feature, I'm going to see all of my warehouses here, but as you might have noticed, Stealthy Wood only has one warehouse for now. So we're going to click on that. I'm going to click on Edit. All right, so I'm actually going to change how I receive and deliver goods. So instead of receiving goods directly and delivering them directly, I'm going to receive and deliver in 3 steps. So let's go ahead and save this. All right, and when I change the settings on my warehouse, as I just did, Odoou will update the push and pull rules for me automatically, which is really nice. But of course, that's not the only cool thing that Odoou does. Something else that's really, really convenient is that we can actually visualize the routes from the product form directly. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. So if I go to Master Data and Products, I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to go to my Make to Order table here. And under the Inventory tab, I'm going to see which routes apply to this product. And to visualize these routes, as I just said, I simply have to click on the routes button at the top here. If you don't see this button, you may need to go to more, and then it will be down here. Let's go ahead and click on routes. I'm going to choose both of the routes that apply to this product, and I'm going to click on overview. All right, so here I can instantly see the different steps that my product will take depending on the configuration. All right, and of course I can change the routes that apply to my product. So if I go to my table in the inventory tab, let's say I just buy this product, I can remove that route. And we're going to go to routes, and then I'll just select that specific route, the buy route, and have an overview. All right, again, it's super clear. All right, now I can see with this route, I can see how the reception is handled for this product. So a receipt is going to move the item from my vendor location to my input. All right, and then we're going to see an internal transfer that will move the items from the input to the quality control area. And then once the quality control is good, once everything looks fine, another internal transfer is going to move those items to my stock, all right, so to my inventory. And then finally, the items will be picked and moved to the packing zone. So we have our picking here from warehouse stock to the location packing zone. All right, and from the packing zone, we're going to see that it will be moved to the output. All right, so it's skipping these two locations, and I'll explain why in just a second. But it's moved to the output, and then a delivery order is going to take those products from the output location to our customer location. All right, so you're going to see a couple of rules, and those rules apply to the two locations that I skipped over. So we have a purple rule and a green one here. Now, I actually created these manually, and they just apply to these specific areas, the chairs area and the drawers area, as you can see. All right, and that's also why this standard pack rule here moved from the packing zone directly to the output, because these two locations don't apply to this rule. Now, to modify rules or to create rules, we can do so from the routes where the rules are defined. So we're going to go to configuration, routes. All right, here I have all of my routes. So I have some basic ones such as the buy route, replenish on order, and manufacture. And then I also have some routes that are specific to my warehouse. So for example, I have my reception in 3 steps and my delivery in 3 steps, as I added to my warehouse earlier. And let's go ahead and check out one of these. So I'm going to click on receive in 3 steps, and we're going to click on edit. All right, and I'm going to go down to the rules section. So this is where I can choose a rule to modify, or I can create a rule. Now, I'm not actually going to create a rule for this video, but I'm going to show you how you can. So you can click on add a line. All right, you'll have a name for your rule. Okay, and then you're going to choose your action. So let's go ahead and select pull from. All right, this rule will be triggered by a need for the product in a specific location. The need can come from a sales order, which has been validated, or for a manufacturing order, which requires a specific component. All right, so when the need appears in the destination location, which we have right here, Odoou generates a transfer to fulfill this need. So for example, it's used when people work with the make-to-order strategy. All right, so we have our action, operation type, source location, destination location, and supply method. Now we're going to notice I'm going to switch the action from pull from to push to. And we're going to see that that changes to automatic move for the push to action. Now, this rule will be triggered by the arrival of some products in the defined source location. In case you move products to the source location, Odoou generates a picking to move those products to the destination location. So this is often used for internal transfers for your goods. All right, and we're going to see a nice definition on the right, and right now it looks pretty generic. So it's going to say when products arrive in the source location, the operation type, which we'll select, is created to send them to the destination location. And actually, as you add items here, so I'm just going to go ahead and select some random locations and operation type, we're going to see that what I've selected is populated in that small description. So it's a really handy tool to take advantage of, just if you want to be super clear about the flow of the rule that you're creating. All right, finally, we're going to talk about pull and push. All right, so this allows the system to generate a picking in the two different situations that I explained before. So when the products are required in a specific source location, as well as when they are pushed to a specific source location. So for example, we can use this rule for multi-step deliveries. And I actually will use that for this route that I'm on. So let's discard this. I'm going to check out one of these push and pull rules. All right, so in this case, when products are needed in my destination location, so quality control, an internal transfer is created from the input location to fulfill that need. So the internal transfer in this case is my operation type. All right, and then we have my input location, which is my source location. All right, and then if there's a need, if a need is created in that source location, so my input, a rule will be triggered to fulfill it. When the products arrive in the source location, my input here, an internal transfer is created to send the products to the quality control area. All right, so the operation type in this case is internal transfer because the product moves from one location to another inside of my inventory. Now, I'm going to talk about the supply method field, which I haven't mentioned except briefly so far. We have a few options here that I'll talk about. So first of all, we have take from stock. So the products will be taken from the available stock of the source location. All right, the second option is to trigger another rule. So the system will try to find a stock rule to bring the products in the source location, and the available stock will be ignored. Lastly, we have take from stock if unavailable, trigger another rule. So the products will be taken from the available stock of the source location. If there is not enough stock, the system will try to find a rule to bring the products in the source location. All right. So in my case, the product will be taken, and I'm going to go ahead and save this. So in my case, the product will be taken from the input location, as we see here, and moved to the quality control location. So I have my source location and my destination location via an internal transfer. And then with the next rule, all right, my second one here, the product will be moved from the quality control location to the stock if it passes the quality tests. And all of this is automated by the database. So I have my rules here. And please note that the sequence of your rules is important. So the first rule will apply first. Okay. So regarding Stealthy Woods database, this seems to be a really great way for us to handle our receipts and our deliveries. Now that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. And if I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.